and it is good. Jake Bates throwing right side, and it's going to be intercepted. Return past the 15, past the 20, out past the 30. Has space down the sideline. 40, 35, 30. And he is gone. A pick six for Houston. Snap good, hold good, kick up. And it is straight down the middle. Looking to throw, rolls out right. Throws end zone. Touchdown San Antonio. Cody Latimer alone in the end zone. They take a 1-point lead with 3 seconds left. 52-yarder, left hash for the win. Snap good, hold good, kick up, and it's drilled. Miami escapes week 1 with the win. Jason Sanders is looking to throw. Pass right side, wide open. Touchdown Drake London. Touchdown Drake London. Atlanta has tied this game and are an extra point away from taking the lead. Needing the 12-yard line. Handoff, Robinson left side. And going to be stuffed. A loss of 4, maybe 5 on the play. And with 50 seconds to go, the Chiefs have the ball. And most likely that does it. Ball on the 17.5-yard line. Looking to throw. Stepping up, throwing for the end zone. And caught. Touchdown Green Bay. Dontavian Wicks. 56 seconds to play. The Packers are within 3. 6:17 to play in overtime. Tua shotgun, back to his left. 3 receivers to the right, bunched up. Tua to throw. Has time. Plenty of time. Pass. End zone left side. Jonnu Smith. Touchdown Miami. They're gonna win. Let's go, baby. Here, back behind him. 3 receiving options to the left. Gonna send Smith in motion. Toss left side for Saquon Barkley. Good blocking and room to run. Pass midfield. Spinning his way. Pass to 35 to 30. 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, and the Eagles respond instantly. Saquon Barkley. Oh my, making his presence felt. 1 play, 60 yards, 3rd and 9 from the 35. Mahomes looking to throw. Quick pass left side, caught by Piron. Has room to run. First down and more. Down to about the 17. And he stays in bounds. That will do it. The Kansas City Chiefs have escaped the Bills and have punched their ticket. Hello everybody, and welcome on in to week 8 of the NFL season. It is Sunday, which means that there is Dolphins football on. Which means that we're going to be live with 2 other games today as well. I plan to go live with Broncos, Cowboys, and Sunday Night Football between the Packers and Steelers. But first, we begin here. It's the Dolphins. It's the Falcons. I am expecting Bijan Robinson and Tyler Algeier to have incredible games. And I'm not sure what to expect out of this Dolphins team. Already entering this game, I was very uncertain about, can Miami actually do it? Can they replicate the magic that they got during 2022? Right, 2021, where they begin the season 1-7, they make that miraculous 7-game win streak, and they salvage the season. I'm not sure what to expect anymore, because earlier today, about 3 or so hours ago, it was announced that, Tua was now questionable due to an illness. He is obviously active. He is good to go. But because of the illness, his left eye is swollen. So he already has been having problems seeing the field this season. And now he's going to be playing with pretty much with 1 less eye. So this is going to be very interesting. I got no expectations for how this game is going to go anymore. We will see. It is Kirk Cousins leading the way for Atlanta. So I'm expecting the ground game to be a priority for the Falcons. I mean, we're paying him too much money for Tua to sit if he is able to play. And yeah, being pretty much down an eye is not good. But he is still able to play clearly if he was, warming up just fine, throwing apparently fine warm-ups, but I wouldn't be opposed to him, having that nice excuse to miss today and see Zach Wilson, who is back in the backup role after being, I think he was also dealing with an illness last week. That's why he was a third string. I mean, they can afford him to sit for one game. The thing is, you're paying him so much money that the front office is trying to justify that contract. And thus, unless he is literally unable to get up, he is going to play. That's the thing with that contract, and then how Miami is shaping up this season. If we were like 4-3, or 4-3, 4-2, if we were near 500 or had a winning record, Tua probably does not play today. As Miami does get the ball first in this one, so kickoff underway from Atlanta, going to be returned beginning from the 3. As you can pass the 20, 25, past the 30, and down to about the 34. That's D. Eskridge on the return. And out comes this Miami offense. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't the worst game. I mean, maybe of the season, yeah. But yeah, that Chargers-Vikings game was not really the most entertaining of games. But it was still nice seeing the Chargers have a good performance. Plus, those uniforms were really nice. So there is that. Yeah, fair. Oh, yeah, true, yeah. Tua in shotgun back behind him. Motion to back out wide to the right as he looks to throw. Pressure coming, pass right side is going to be... Did he get his feet in? No, I think you're saying incomplete. Yeah, Devon Achane. Nearly an incredible catch on a ball that was severely underthrown. And, yeah, no, he couldn't get his feet in bounds. Damn. Not off to a great start. Ooh, yeah, second team being the Vikings. Yeah, that game was not pretty then. I feel bad for Carson Wentz. Like, he was in so much pain on Thursday night. The fact that he played pretty much that full game should fall into some form of malpractice. Tua under center, 2nd and 10, going to hand this off to Achane up the middle, and he will gain about a yard up to the 35. Early 3rd and long coming up. Hell yeah. Yeah. Carson Wentz should not have been playing most of that second half. It's it's a tough one. I think the hope is JJ McCarthy is back next week. We'll see, but yeah, Minnesota's in a complete 180 of a spot from where they were last year. All right, 3rd and 9, Tua in shotgun. Back to his left, looking to throw. Pressure coming, and Tua sacked. Back at the 27, instant pressure. And the Dolphins go 3 and out to begin this game. Because of course they do. This is going to be a long one. Okay, the CBS broadcast just messed up. They listed one of the edge rushers as Kyle Pitts. Okay. Punt comes off clean. Going to be returned beginning from the 21. Makes one man miss. And gets up past the 30 to the 31. Yeah, I don't expect Wentz to play next week one way or another. I mean, he's a trooper for playing through all that, but man, like he was clearly in a lot of pain. And I wouldn't be opposed to seeing what Brosmer has in him. He looked fine during that final drive. All right, so out comes Kirk Cousins. In shotgun, back behind him. 2 receiving options to each side. Tight end in motion, right to left. Now sending a receiver in motion, left to right, as Cousins is going to hand this off left side. And that's a gain of half a yard. Just about for Robinson. Yeah, so Cousins is a starter. Michael Penix is out. Drake London also out. for the Falcons. So yeah, Kyle Pitts can be more of an option. Again, the ground game's always going to be there for Atlanta. Yeah. For Winston's own well-being, he should not be playing next week. Cousins going to hand this off once again, but it's going to get back to the line and maybe even lose a yard. Jordan Brooks gets in for the tackle. Okay. Back-to-back run plays for the Falcons, and both go pretty much nowhere. Hey, if this run defense can explode onto the scene... Hey, there's Saquon Barkley. Got a notification that Saquon Barkley had a 65-yard touchdown to begin the game against the Giants. About damn time. With A.J. Brown being out today, I'm expecting Saquon to have a good performance. Probably, yeah. Miami's probably going to get killed in this one. We'll see. Cousins in shotgun back to his left. 3 receiving options to the right. A 3rd and 9. Play clock winding down to get the snap off. Cousins looks to throw. Pressure coming. Pass right side caught by Pitts. Makes one man miss, but gets brought down at the 36. Not enough for a first down. It's a 3 and out forced by Miami. A rare occasion, but I will take it. Not a bad opening drive from the defense. Yeah. Yeah, it's unlikely, but with Drake London being out, it was an interesting wrinkle in the things for how this game could go. So I'm not completely ruling it out, but yeah, as long as they can get the ground game going, I think the Falcons will be just fine in this. And yeah, Atlanta's a very hit or miss team, so we'll see. Punt comes off clean. Going to bounce and be out of bounds here to 22. Again, at this point in the season, I'm more so just looking to see what players I'm willing to put stake in for next year as we head to a commercial break. Then the season's basically over at this point. There is that very small chance, obviously. The thing is, they got 0.2. But at this point is more so just scouting this team to see who still has heart in them and still is like a clear cornerstone for the future. I wouldn't be completely surprised if the Texans win, but I do expect the game to be kind of close. There we go. Yeah. Oh, Ashton Davis is already injured in this game. Wow, Miami has terrible luck with injuries. Oh, yeah. Since he's up 3-0 early. Yeah, the Bears are in the red zone right now. Hell yeah. Yeah, I did see that. I just didn't get around to actually properly responding because I got massively sidetracked this weekend to the point where I even forgot to do a mini quiz I had to, but that's whatever. Yeah, I did see it. It was nice. We're at commercial break. Just getting back from commercial break. Let's see what this Miami offense can do. Their second drive of the game. First one was a pretty quick 3 and out. This is going to be interesting. I said that last week could be a very low scoring game. I would not be surprised if this week's also on the lower scoring side. Tua under center, back behind him, 2 receiving options to each side. Going to motion one of them right to left. As they play action look to throw. To a quick pass left side caught by Malik Washington and has room. A first down and more, pass to 35 and to about the 39. All right. That's a solid play there. Again, just especially with the bloated left eye, just keep things very simple. To be fair, that should always be the idea with this offense. All right, so Tua under center, back and fullback behind him. 1st and 10 from the 38. Going to give this up the middle to Ollie Gordon, and he will maybe get a yard. Yeah, and I know emails and adding like the whole like emoji responses things. Maybe I start remembering that more. Waddle's having a quietly good season, even though he has been the main receiver due to the Tyreek injury. But I'm so fine with Waddle having a breakout year, or having another great season. Tua in shotgun, back to his left, going to hand this off up the middle, and there is some room up past the 45 to about the 46. That's Jalen Wright on the carry. What? Okay, he's back. Apparently, I must have missed that in the okay. Hey, Jalen Wright back after what felt like a nothing season from him because he hasn't really been playing a lot. First carry back and it gets what, 7? Not bad. So Tua in shotgun, back to his right. Going to give this to Ollie Gordon up the middle, and that's enough for a first. Gets up to about midfield. Ollie Gordon hasn't really had that like breakaway run yet this season, but he has been great for us on 3rd and short. And that is the main reason we drafted him, it feels. So I'll gladly take that option. All right, Tua in shotgun, back behind him. Gonna play action, look to throw. Tua has some time, pass left side, and it's going to be incomplete. Looking for Waddle, but a penalty marker down, and that's going to be at least a defensive holding on the Falcons. Yeah, just call him DPI against the Falcons. Okay. Going against Mike Hughes. And yes, just send me all that you want. Again, even if I don't respond, I promise I do still make sure I see it and I properly read it. It's just like sometimes I see it when I'm in like the middle of traffic and I plan to respond afterwards and I just forget. I do see everything. I do see all that you have sent, and it's all been really good. Tua in shotgun, back to his left. 3 receivers to the right. Ball now on the plus 30. Tua with some time, pass right side, going to be caught up to about the 27 with a penalty marker down. That's Nick Westbrook-Ikine on the reception. Another Dolphin who has just been completely silent this season, despite being a quote-unquote big acquisition. As the penalty is against Miami, going to be illegal formation, because of course it is. It's Larry Borum called for legal formation. Yeah, that's another like supposedly big signing in the offseason. And I would even go as far to say like I mentioned him in the AFC East preview as like, yeah, like he could be a solid backup guard. Well, he has been pretty much the starter since day one. And very hit or miss. He does not seem like he's not a starting caliber guy, but he's kind of had to be this year. Handoff up the middle for Achane. Gonna break one tackle and get past the 25 to about the 24. Hey, that's how you make up for the illegal formation. Gets you a 2nd and 4. As we're nearing the red zone. This has been one of Miami's better drives of the past 3 weeks. Not 3 weeks. At least since that Carolina game, this has been one of the better drives. All right, Tua under center, back behind him. 2 receiving options to each side. Tight end in motion, going to give this to Achane once again up the middle. And going to get to about the 21. Sets up a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1-ish. So is this where we're going to see Ollie Gordon again? At least he's going to be taking the field, I assume. All right, 6:35 to play in the first quarter. Tua under center, back and fullback behind him. Going to give this to Ollie Gordon, and that gets a first down to the 16. And Miami's in the red zone for the first time today. The night and day difference on short yardage 3rd down situations for Miami has been the single form of improvement from last year to this year. It is crazy. It is the only form of improvement it feels like this team has had between last year and this year. And it was one of the biggest weak points in the McDaniel era. And now it's the biggest strength. Tua in shotgun, back behind him. 2 receiving options to each side. Going to toss this left side for Achane. Gets a good block and going to get down to about the 10. Another gain of 7 for Devon Achane. 5.5 to play in the first. No, after the Colts win against the Chargers, I have them as legit contenders now. That was the win I needed to see out of the Colts. I don't know if they'll make the Super Bowl, but I don't think they're going to be frauds this year. That win against the Chargers was something I desperately needed to see out of them. All right, Tua in shotgun, back to his left. Looking to throw, quick pass left side, going to be dropped. I mean, that's a perfect in rhythm throw from Tua. Westbrook-Ikhine was not prepared for that ball to be right there when he made that cut. And that would be a touchdown. Like, he had space there, but that's when he needs to catch. All right, so 3rd and 3. Tua in shotgun, back to his left. 3 receivers to the right. Going to give this to Gordon up the middle. And that second effort stretch is going to be close. Probably going to be 4th and inches, though. No, the Chargers aren't bad. It's just they turn the ball over too much in that game against the Colts. But that's kind of what the Colts defense can do to you. And record prediction, I think it would be like 14 and 3. Probably similar to the Vikings of last year. All right, 4th and 1. Offense is staying on the field. Tua under center. 3 receiving options to the right. Receiver sent in motion as Tua's going to give this up the middle. And that's Ollie Gordon. I think he got it on that first effort. Yep, they're going to give him the first. Ollie Gordon. I mean, he pretty much only comes in on those short yardage situations. But when he does, he succeeds more often than not. And yeah, that first effort. Yeah, he gets the first there, and then he gets pushed back. So forward progress should give him the first. I wouldn't be shocked though if we see Atlanta challenge this. As it stands, it's 1st and goal. And there's the challenge flag from Atlanta. They took it. They won't. Here's the thing with that. Everyone knew that they were probably going to challenge that spot. Why did we not go hurry up and just get a playoff? That way they couldn't challenge it. Yeah, and again, the Chargers are nowhere near bad. It's just the Colts are a good team this year. Yeah, last week the Eagles had their passing game in motion. This year, last week the passing game finally got going. So far this week, Saquon's back, so I'm fine with that. So we'll see. Obviously, like the Giants and the Vikings are not the best test, but at least like they're putting it on paper. Yeah, it's Daniel Jones is this year's Sam Darnold. So it's just, obviously he's going to probably continue with, and then what would he do next year? He's a free agent in the offseason. Will he, go out and get that bag like Darnold just did? Or is he going to sit with Indianapolis, maybe take a little bit of a discounted deal, but stay at a place where he's having very proven success in? That was my thing with Darnold, is I kind of wish he stayed in Minnesota. Though I do get why, he didn't, because I know the Vikings probably didn't want him back in that same role, so he was kind of forced to go elsewhere. But the Colts could very easily keep Daniel Jones and have no problem with it. Yeah. The other thing is, like, what happens with Anthony Richardson now? Because if Daniel Jones does stay, is Anthony Richardson on the move, or is he just going to be a backup for the Colts until his contract runs out? If you're the Colts, you need to get something out of Anthony Richardson, I think. So trading him wouldn't be the worst idea. You probably won't get a lot out of him, but like, that's an option for a team that is taking a flyer on a former first-round pick. And yeah, the call did stand, so the first down is good for Miami. They gave Ollie Gordon that forward progress. Hell yeah. And the Falcons will lose their first time out. Yeah, I think that's going to be the more interesting quarterback question in Indianapolis. Is Anthony, what happens with AR? Yeah. Joe Flacco just had a 1-yard touchdown run in Cincy. What? God, the Jets are bad. Probably a QB sneak, but still. Oh, Alec Ingold heading to the sideline. This is the second time this drive he's doing that, and with the medical staff to be exact. That's tough. Yeah, he's going straight to the medical tent. All right, first and goal. I commercial break. I'll do a round the league check as well. Toss left side for Achane. First and goal from the 7. Gets inside the 5 and down to about the 3. Patrick Paul, the lead-in blocker, didn't really block anyone there, but hey, Devon Achane, he does what he needs to. The other thing with Anthony Richardson is, he did have that. He had, what was it, on this past Monday? It seems, yeah, he had the surgery to repair the orbital fracture, which is a crazy injury that he had. And Tua in shotgun, 2 running backs to his left side, going to look to throw. Pass right side, caught. It's Achane, untouched. Touchdown, Miami. There we go. They get the scoring started with 2.5 to play in the first. Devon Achane from 3 yards out. This has been a surprisingly good start to this game. I like that play design as well. We had Devon Achane, untouched. And you keep things simple. That was a very run-heavy drive for Miami, which is something we don't see often with this team. And there was a 13-play drive. 10 of those were run plays. More of that. As the extra point is up and good. Just give me more of that. Be a more ground. The hope is they're going to, like, again, McDaniel talked about changing the offense a bit. And seemingly it is to have more ground game style of play. Stick to it and build around that in the offseason and get guys in there that can really succeed in that style of play. Tua does not need to be throwing the ball 40 times a game for this team to have success. That's not his style. If you can get a ground game consistently established, you make things so much easier for this offense. But we're at commercial break. So with that, Chicago Bears are up 3-0 over Baltimore. That game is about to end their first quarter. Buffalo only up 3-0 over Carolina with 2:13 to play in the first. The Bengals up by 10 over the Jets. And what was the Jets just went basically, Jets had back-to-back 4-play drives, damn. The Jets basically just had 2 3-and-outs. Houston up 3-0 over San Francisco. The Browns up 7-3 over New England with the ball as well. The Giants just tied things up at 7 over the Eagles. And that is how we sit near the end of the first quarter. And again, I will be live at around 4:30 for the Broncos and Cowboys, as well as Sunday Night Football between the Packers and Steelers. And with both of those games, because they're both throwback games, there's going to be a special graphics for those streams. I mean, this past drive, like, Tua's been fine. You know, the first drive was a little bit rough and went 3-and-out, but that previous drive, he looked fine. Didn't really have a lot of opportunities to pass the ball. It was only 3 passing plays on a 13-play drive, which I am fine with. This is not an offense that needs to be throwing 35, 40 times a game. So if we can just keep the ground game going like it is, I'm cool with it. Yeah, but I think this if the Giants do win today against Philly, I think it would be more impressive, even if it is a closer game, because that's a win in Philly 2 weeks after you just played them in New York. Like that is it's already very tough to sweep a divisional foe. But especially, you know, playing them twice in 3 weeks. That would be a very nice win for the Giants. Kickoff underway, going to be returned beginning from about the 13. Gets up past the 30 to the 31. It was dark to Scatterby won that touchdown because, of course. All right, Cousins under center back behind him. That didn't get picked up on the mic, but all of a sudden it sounded like New York outside my window just there for a sec. Play action looking to throw. Cousins with time. Pass right side going to be caught by Kyle Pitts. He gets past midfield to the 45. That is a great throw from Kirk Cousins right into a window of 3 Dolphins, and the Falcons are on the move. Yeah, that's a great throw. It would be funny if the Colts win the Super Bowl. It would also be kind of poetic. Cousins in shotgun, back behind him, 2 receiving options to each side, looking to throw. Quick pass left side, caught by Kyle Pitts. He gets past the 40 and out of bounds at the 38-ish. If there is any year for this Colts team or this era of the Colts to win a Super Bowl, it would be this year. I think that they're in their best spot with how the rest of the AFC is also looking. That's 2nd and 4. Cousins in shotgun, back behind him, going to hand this off to Robinson right side. And he's going to get met after a gain of 1. All right, 3rd and 3 coming up. That's Tyrell Dodson on the tackle. All right, hey, keeping this ground game in check. I would be thoroughly surprised if they can do this consistently. The Chiefs have looked really good the past few weeks. I wouldn't be shocked if they're back. They're going to have a pretty easy game tomorrow night as well against the Marcus Mariota-led Commanders. Cousins in shotgun, back to his left. 2 receiving options to each side. Looking to throw in 3rd and 3. Pressure coming, rolling to his right. And Cousins is just going to throw this one away. 27 seconds left in the quarter. It's a 4th and 3. I imagine he did that because he knows they're going to go for it here. They're not quite in field goal range, but they're still past the 40, so they are kind of in field goal range, actually. They're past the 40. They're either going to go for it or kick a long field goal. I imagine, yeah. 4th and 3, and the offense is staying on the field for Atlanta. Cousins in shotgun, back to his left. 2 receivers to each side. Key thing is just don't jump. All right, Cousins looking to throw. Has some time, dump off left side, caught by Tyler Algeier, and that'll be enough for the 1st down up to the 34. And Mahomes is definitely he's already on the Mount Rushmore for quarterbacks for sure. I do the whole that GOAT discussion is very subjective though, or it's very, that's the word, subjective, objective. It's just up to like personal biases and stuff. I don't really care much for the GOAT debate. As that's the end of the 1st quarter, 15 minutes in the books. Miami up 7-0. The defense now starting to show up in how we kind of expected them to. We'll see how they can play coming out of this commercial break. It's going to be a tough time for the Chiefs to get back to the Super Bowl this year, though. Part of it is, you had that rough start, but then it's also just the AFC seems to be in a really good spot with teams this year. And unless they can truly claw their way to that division, it's going to be a tough end of year to punch their wild card spot. And also, the Chiefs having to go on the road in the wild card round is going to be weird to see if it happens. And depending on who they play, that could be a very interesting matchup. There is a world where we get Bills Chiefs in the wild card round. And even then, that's kind of a stretch because the Patriots are leading that division right now. I was just saying that it's I don't fully expect the Chiefs to get back to the Super Bowl this year. They very easily could with how the AFC is. But the seemingly idea is that unless they can truly claw their way to that division title, it's going to purely come down to who they have to play in the wild card round. The Chiefs going on the road in the wild card is going to be very interesting to see. And if they pull a bad draw with that, it's going to be a very chiefless February. Because like a Bills Chiefs could be a wild card game, which is crazy to think about. That could very easily be a wild card matchup. But at the same time, like that, their division is still plenty open despite the hot start from the Chargers. Like that division is still wide open. I don't really see a winning out as likely for the Chiefs. But again, they could still claw their way back to that. It's going to be a tough road. Back from the commercial break, Cousins looking to throw. Pass left side going to be caught, and that's Bijan Robinson for about 2. I mean, like, there is definitely some doubt there. It's mainly just because the start of the season was very rough, and it's dealing with and having to bounce back from that slow start. Was it a 1-2? It was a 2-2 start. Yeah, a 2-2 start isn't the end of the world to come back from, since he has done it multiple times. But it's the fact that one of those losses was to the Chargers, and you have to play them and Denver twice still. Those are going to really decide the season. Handoff up the middle is going to get about 6 up to the 25. That is Bijan Robinson on the carry. 3rd and 1 coming up. Hey, come January and February, if it's Chiefs Bills in the playoffs, I'm pulling for the Chiefs hard. I do not, as long as Buffalo or New England do not find themselves playing in February, I don't care who's in it. 3rd and 1, Cousins and shotgun back behind him. 2 receiving options to each side. They give up the middle to Algeier, and he's gonna be brought down behind the line. It's Zach Zeeler on the ankle tackle, and it's a 4th and 2. Where has this run defense been all season long? It's been two defensive series, but it's been some of the best run defense I've seen from Miami this year. And out comes Parker Romo for the field goal try to put the Falcons on the board. A 45-yard kick from the left hash. It is up, and it is right down the middle. All right, so the Falcons get points. But still a solid showing from Miami. I'll take all this. And yeah, that's fair. Defend your guy. But yeah, like, again, the GOAT discussion is all purely just which era did you grow up in. Because you're going to have that nostalgic bias for whatever quarterback made you fall in love with football. And that's completely fair. That's in every sport. That's in everything. Because you're going to have bias towards what you remember most from your childhood. With that being said, again, Mahomes is going to be on my Mount Rushmore of quarterbacks. So we see like the GOAT for me. I'm not sure I'll go that far because, again, I grew up watching a ton of Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, Big Ben, all of those guys. So I have really fond memories of that, and there's going to be that bias in there. It's the Kachuk Panthers. It's this current era of the Panthers. I still don't really care about the NBA. I follow it and I watch the games, but I wasn't like sitting down on the couch for every single game of like the 2013 finals, the same way that I was locked in, or that have been locked into the Panthers. Plus, like that jersey. One is a Kachuk jersey, and 2, I got that at Game 6 of the Eastern Conference Finals 2 years ago, and that is one of the best sporting events I've ever been to. So again, it's fond memories there. Welcome back. Yeah, because again, all the GOAT stuff stems from the Jordan LeBron debates, and I'm just like, they're both He's like they're both one. It's 1 and 2. And as long as you acknowledge that, it don't matter who you have at 1, who you have at 2. I care as much about the MLB as I care. I don't care about the MLB. I care as much about the MLB as I do like soccer. So like, yeah, the Marlins being like looking really good right now. Like, cool. That's fine for those fans. It's nice. They deserve it. But it's like, I might go to a game in the next 5 years. I might just completely forget the MLB exists after the World Series ends. I don't care for baseball like that. Back from a commercial break, kickoff going to be returned beginning from the 3. Has room past the 25 to the 27. Part of it is, again, the Marlins have been bad for most of my life. So their games were never interesting, and I always found baseball boring because of it. So it's just like, it has never been the sport for me. Football's 1. Hockey has slowly become number 2, then basketball's 3. But yeah, football has always been my favorite. It's just, I love this game, so I love the game. Tua under center. Going to look to throw on first down. Dump off over the middle to Achane. It's going to be caught for a screen. That's going to pick up about 11. I mean, I'm not surprised that Tom Brady is pretty much the de facto GM of the Raiders. I'm not surprised by that at all. And I know there's also reports about Tom Brady being a big reason why the Raiders didn't draft Shedeur. Do a dump off left side, can be caught by Algeier, and that's going to be no gain back to the line. No, I don't think he's a top 5 QB off the board. It's a weird situation for him. Mainly because like most of the quarterbacks that we were expecting to be like fantastic this year in college ended up not having the great of seasons, or in case of Drew Aller getting hurt earlier in the year. But I think he's someone that could, a team will take a flyer on him in like early day 3 and probably end up with a really good backup that could be like that could be like a Joe Flacco level starter. We're not quite like elite, but still someone you can definitely win with. Toss right side for Achane will gain about 6 as a 3rd and 4 coming up. Because like Nussmeier's not having the season people expected. Aller got hurt. Now Mendoza's coming out of pretty much nowhere and having like a great season, and it's now looking like a first round pick. It's quarterbacks are in a very weird spot for this upcoming draft. Miami in 5 wide. 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Tua looking to throw. Pressure coming. Pass right side. High and incomplete. Looking for Malik Washington. He was there. If it's on target, you probably get the first. Instead, Miami's going to be forced to punt. That's a tough one. Yeah, you probably get the first out of that. The fact that Malik Washington got a hand on that ball is impressive nonetheless. Punt comes off clean and fair caught at the 8. And there is a penalty down as well. Probably going to be holding against Atlanta, I would assume. That was a great punt from Jake Bailey. And if this is against the Falcons, push him back inside the 5. Oh, unnecessary roughness against the Falcons. Calling it against Felipe Franks, the former Arkansas quarterback, who has made the switch to tight end. And this is going to put the Falcons inside their own 5, basically. As we head to a commercial break with 10.5 to play in the half. Yeah, the 49ers have been a team this year that is just impressive how they've managed the injuries, but still make no sense at the same time. Like how is Mac Jones playing, like looking night and day difference between New England and now in San Fran? It's crazy. That system. Not that system. It's that specific. It's just Kyle Shanahan is just that good of a coach and that good of a play caller to make that offense look really easy no matter who's behind center. Yeah, he stopped in San Francisco. Who else was made their way over there? Well, Baker made his way to Los Angeles, and it's that same coaching tree. Which, to be fair, so is Minnesota. Kevin O'Connell is from that tree as well. Hey, good to see the refs are still not knowing how to handle the tush push. That I'm not sure how much longer that play is going to be allowed. Well, Kevin O'Connell he's also been a good coach, but yeah, his tenure in Minnesota has been very up and down. Like legit, it's been because in 23. No, it was in 22 they make the playoffs. In 23 they have a down year because Cousins gets hurt. Last year they have that incredible season. And then this year is kind of shaky. Minnesota's a very up and down team. Carolina's been a sneaky team this year. Right, Cousins under center, back behind him. Ball on their own 4-yard line. Going to hand this off right side. And brought down behind the line at the 1. Tyler Algeier on the carry. Jordan Brooks beelines it into the backfield. And it's a 3rd and 13 coming up. He blew up that gap perfectly. There we go. There we go. Cousins just going to QB sneak this to get some breathing room. He gets up to about the 3. It's a 3rd and 11 coming up. That's a big time play from Jordan Brooks. Puts the Falcons into quite a pickle here. Yeah, and the Wentz injury as well. Yeah, the Vikings are a weird team. And yes, so are the Panthers. They're there. It's a 6-3 game between Buffalo and Carolina. I would not be opposed to Carolina pulling off with that upset. I'm all down for it. Cousins in shotgun, back to his left. Handoff up the middle on 3rd and 10 is not going to be enough. He gets up to only about the 8, maybe the 7. But it's a 3-and-out forced by this Dolphins defense. It has been the best defensive performance we've seen all year out of Miami. Hey, so if the Panthers win, I'll also be laughing. Yeah, that's true. The whole yeah. But also that the Carolina Atlanta game was just a weird matchup in general. That game was in Carolina as well. Punt comes off clean and going to be returned beginning from midfield. Has room past the 45 and gets past the 40 to maybe the 39. Malik Washington on the return. And with 8.5 to play in the first half, we'll see what this Dolphins offense can do with some great starting field position. Yep. Yeah, again, if you go back to the last year's stuff, early on in the NFL season last year, you'll see how much how highly I think of this Carolina team and Bryce Young. Like I legit think they could be sneaky contenders. And even like this season, like I was a little more like, pulled back on them because of what happened last year. But I do still think that they have a good squad. They have a good enough team there to be threats in the NFC South. As it's starting to downpour where I'm at. Hell yeah. I am fine. We went like a week plus without rain here, and now that and without rain, so I'm cool. Just bring on the rain as long as it's dry come Thursday and Friday. I don't care. Till that commercial break. Yeah. Again, it was to begin the month. It was like that, where it's just constant rain. But yeah, the past week has been great. It's been like in the mid to high 70s as well. Like it's been damn near perfect over here for the past week. I'm hoping this brings on a cool front. Get it down to like the low 70s, 60s. Like I have in that closet behind me, I have a jacket that I wear like twice a year because it's a not I wouldn't say a puffy leather jacket. It's a leather jacket. It's like designed for up north. But actually, I don't get that often. I don't get the opportunities to wear it that often, despite the fact I really like it. So bring it down to like the 50s or like the 60s. I'll wear it. I'll wear it. Oh, yeah, I like the rain, but when it's bad enough to where it knocks out the internet, nah. I'm in Central Florida for college, but yeah, I am. But typically, I am stationed near Miami and South Florida. Two of the throw in 1st and 10 going to be caught, and that's going to be caught and past the 20 to about the 17. That's Jalen Waddle on the reception and a nice throw from Tua. And all it takes is one play for Miami to be back in the red zone. Yeah. Yeah, I am Florida through and through. Tua in shotgun back to his left. Going to give this to Achane right side. Gets okay. Not really enough blocking. Only about a yard there. I'm feeling fine with fantasy right now. Achane has a touchdown. Saquon has a touchdown. Saquon has 2 touchdowns. T. Higgins just caught it. I'm chilling, man. I think this is the week. I think this is the week. This is the week Toasted finally goes down in fantasy. It feels like it. Oh, hell yeah. I eventually plan to make my way out to a game in Kansas City. To a quick pass right side, going to be caught, and that's a gain of about 2. On just the dump off and 19. Is that Greg Dolch on the reception? I can't show the back of his jersey, please. 9. Oh, that's Cedric Wilson? I forgot he was okay. I forgot he came back after Tyreek went down. Oh no, we've gotten a ton, especially in the college world, we've gotten a ton of weather delays early on in the season. To a quick pass, right side is tipped, and luckily falls incomplete. Looking for a screen to Achan, and if it connects, it's 6. But instead, it's tipped at the line. 2 Falcons fight for it, and neither of them come down with it because of it. They both try to make the play, and thus none of them make the play. Also, Jonas Salviniana, he breaks up that as well. The rookie guard playing some good defense there. Now Riley Patterson is on for the field goal try. A 34-yard kick from the right hash. It is up. And it's right down the middle. All right, not a great drive. You had starting field position from the plus 40. You would have really liked a touchdown there, but at least you got points. Fox. No one would have expected Fannin Jr. to have the game he's doing. Yeah. Yeah, because I've heard great things about like Kansas City barbecue and all that, so I want to try that when I make more. Like part of it is like alongside of like having a jersey of every NFL team, which I have 9 of the 32 right now. I eventually wanted to go to a game at every NFL stadium. I have 3. I have all the Florida ones off my list. So eventually I'll make my way out to like different stadiums and whatnot, and probably make videos out of them because why not? Yeah, I'm a big barbecue. I haven't had barbecue a lot recently because where I'm at, there's not really a lot of good barbecue places. More so down south there is, but yeah, I really like some barbecue, so I'm excited. James Cook just had a 64-yard touchdown run. I am killing in fantasy. Jeez. There is a spot here that I found recently that I tried the other night. That was pretty good with barbecue. I'm gonna try it again at some point because they have something else on the menu that really caught my eye. We're still at commercial break. With all that, Ravens are up 7-6 over Chicago and they're in the red zone at the 2-minute warning. Buffalo is up 12-3 over Carolina. Cincy is up 17-10 over the Jets. Houston is up 13-0 over San Francisco with 7.5 to play in the first half. Browns up 7-6 over the Patriots, and the Eagles are up 14-7 over the Giants. There's the around the league as we're coming back from commercial break here in Atlanta. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I picked the 49ers, but I'm so fine with the Texans winning that game. I hate the Giants. Kickoff is going to be muffed and return beginning from the 18 gets up to about the 27. And bad news out of the Giants. Cam Scadaboo is down and the cart is coming out for him. That's just terrible. That's just terrible. Cousins under center, back behind him. 3 receiving options to the right. And there's a penalty before the snap. Probably going to be a false start. Yep, false start in Atlanta. Yeah, the Bills doing just fine. Yeah, it's Scadaboo going down. The lower right leg injury for Scadaboo. Jeez. That's just unfortunate, man. He's been one of the best rookies this season offensively. Cousins' quick throw left side going to be caught, and that gets about 13 up to the 35. So a 2nd and 3 coming up. Yeah, significant ankle. Yeah, it's just unfortunate. The Falcons receiver was David Sills on that previous reception. And now Cousins in shotgun back behind him. 3 receiving options to the left. Going to send one of them in motion towards the right. Cousins looks to throw, but is sacked at the 30. It's Jordan Brooks once again. He is having a career game today for Miami. He's playing incredibly well. He's been all over the place for this defense, man. I love it. I love to see it. Yeah, the Bills were. I mean, the Bills are coming off their bye week. They're gonna start off a little bit rusty, but they're gonna be just fine. Cousins to throw in 3rd and 8, and that pass is well off the mark and incomplete. Looking for Darnell Mooney. That ball was about 20 yards too high, and the Falcons will go 3 and out. All right. Hey, could this be it? Could this be the start of a 2021 level turnaround? A punt comes off clean, going to be returned beginning from the 18 and brought down instantly. I think that could be nice, but I doubt Tom goes that way with a win over the 49ers. I think more so it would be something like that would happen where the Texans need help to get into the playoffs, and the team that they need to lose would be the Titans beating them. Or the Titans, yeah, that would be playing the Titans, and then the Titans win. I think that's where you can get that kind of moment, but because the Giants are cursed with injuries, that's why. Malik Neighbors went down earlier this season due to an injury. Now Scadaboo is down. Odell Beckham's injury from like 5 years ago. The Giants have had so many spectacular players in their franchise, yet the amount of injuries that they have dealt with since they last won the Super Bowl has costed most of their careers. So it's just like they're stealing years away from talent that should be in the NFL for 10 plus years. Yeah, exactly. And then that game against Baltimore being on Thursday Night Football in Miami, there's a world there. Plus Lamar missed today's game, so he's gonna be making his return on a short week. There's a potential there. I doubt it, but there's potential. Because the difference is that 2021 Ravens team really only had Lamar. I don't think Miami can stop Derrick Henry the same way they have been stopping this Falcons defense or run game. As we're still at commercial break. If they somehow make the playoffs, that would be an incredible turnaround. But I do know for a fact like 70% of Dolphins fans would be pissed. Because it means that change is not going to come. They're going to run back this unit, run back this coaching staff. And the amount of people that have just been like, get everyone out of here yesterday is abundant. I'm one of them included. Especially, mainly with Chris Greer. I've been on the boat of Chris Greer's needed to be fired for years now. But it's like, if... It's weird. All right, just coming back from the commercial break. 4:40 to play in the first half. Can Miami extend this lead? Tua looking to throw. Pass right side. Going to be caught. A beautiful throw to put Miami past the 35 to the 36. That's Nick Westbrook-Ikhine on the reception. That is a perfectly timed throw right into that window of 4 Falcons. That is a vintage Tua pass. We haven't seen a lot of those type of passes this season, but that is one of them. All right, Tua under center, back behind him. 2 receiving options to each side. They give left side, and there's going to be a gain of about a yard, maybe 2 for Jalen Wright. Second and 9 coming up. He only ruled him a gain of 1. All right, second and 9. Tua in shotgun, back to his left. 2 receiving options to each side. Going to look to throw. Quick pass right side, caught by Jalen Waddle, and that's going to put Miami at a 3rd and 3. Cool with it. In the AFC, I'll still say Buffalo gets the 1 seed. But I wouldn't be shocked if the Steelers or Colts get it either. In the NFC, it's one of the Packers or the Lions. Whoever wins that North is going to get it. Tua in shotgun, back to his right. 2 receivers to each side, going to give this up the middle for Ollie Gordon. He bounces out right side for a 1st and more. Sliding down at the 45. Ollie Gordon. Again, he doesn't get a lot of carries in a game, but the ones he gets, he makes the most out of them. Not the greatest of pull blocks there from the rookie, Jonah Salviniana, but he does enough to give Gordon that small amount of space to bounce it outside. Now Tua under center, back behind him, and the time will click to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play in the first half in what has been a thoroughly impressive Dolphins football game. Like, they're out here playing surprisingly well, especially defensively. And I'm fine with it. My thing, well, part of it is, Tampa has that loss to Detroit. So the Lions will have a tiebreaker if they end up tied, which I could see. But also, I think the Buccaneers still have the Packers to play this season, and I'm probably going to lean Packers on that matchup. So that'll put the Buccaneers a game behind both of them. I know they don't play the Packers this year. Okay, so yeah, I get. Well, no, the tie. The Packers with that tie against the Cowboys will put them a half game ahead of the Buccaneers if they finish with similar records. Now again, just because I'm saying that whoever wins the North will have the 1 seed, doesn't mean that's who I think will make the Super Bowl, obviously. I do still think if you run back that matchup between the Lions and Buccaneers, it's a lot closer of a game. And who knows how Tampa would play in it in that case. Same thing with a matchup between the Buccaneers and the Packers. If the Seahawks get the 1 seed, really if any NFC West team gets the 1 seed, that is quite a big advantage in the playoffs. Because making that trip out west can be tough for certain teams. Especially with how loud that stadium can get in Seattle. It will be a very interesting one. The Super Bowl I would personally love to see the most is the game we're getting tonight between the Packers and Steelers. I think if you just run that back for the Super Bowl, it would be absolute cinema. What's most likely going to happen is it will be like the Bills and Packers or Lions or like Bills. I still think the Steelers can make it, obviously, but not as high on that possibility. As we're just coming back from the commercial break. Tua under center, back and fullback behind him. Tight end in motion, right to left as they toss this right side for Achane. He gets zero help, and he gets brought down for a big loss at midfield. That's a loss of 4. There is a penalty marker down. This might be on Atlanta. Alec Ingold thinks it is, at least. As the refs will discuss. A Seahawks-Colts Super Bowl would be fun to watch. But again, it's just not likely to me. The toughest thing is with teams that we haven't seen in the playoffs in a while. We don't know how they're going to look. And the regular season is so different from the playoffs that it does benefit teams like Buffalo, like Kansas City, like the Lions, who have been there before and have had success. Face mask against Atlanta is the penalty. 15 yards and automatic first down. Going to be against Leonard Floyd. I said he got a handful of face mask against Alec Ingold. Ingold was trying to get outside to help Achane there, but that face mask brought him straight down. All right. Build off of it. Capitalize off of it. Tua in shotgun, back to his right, 3 receivers to the left. Ball on the plus 31. Tua looking to throw, pump fake and pass right side. Going to be caught by Achane, and there's some space. Going to get up to about the 20, what's that, the 25-ish? Going to be a 2nd and 1 coming up. I mean, Seattle definitely, again, if Seattle gets the 1 seed, their road to the Super Bowl looks a lot better. But it's still like, it all depends on the matchups and the difference of play between that team in the regular season and that team in the playoffs. Handoff up the middle on 2nd and 1, and that's Alec Ingold. Past the 20 to the 19. Oh, I'm just now seeing the Cam Scadaboo injury. Yeah, no, his ankle is backwards. His foot is backwards. Yeah, no, Cam Scadaboo is done for the year. It's like the Dak Prescott injury from, what was it, 21 or 19? All over. Why do people post injuries like that? Tua in shotgun. Back to his right, gonna look to throw, dump off right side. That's caught for a gain of a yard. That is Tanner Connor on the reception, and with 30 seconds to play, Miami, you have 3 timeouts. There you go. Timeout finally called. With 28 seconds to play in the half. Yeah. It's not pretty. One of the things with those kind of injuries that you always see is like an opposing player just like instantly turning away and like grabbing their own helmet. Like, even if you don't look directly at Scadaboo, you know it's bad because you see an Eagle player just look visibly ill based off of his body movement. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Like, cause like that alone probably cost him like 2 years, 2-3 years in the league. Especially with how the running back position is viewed by owners and GMs. Like that's gonna cost them. And it's just unfortunate that it happened. Tua in shotgun, 2nd and 9 from the 18. 30 seconds to play in the half. Will look to throw, and there's a penalty to call this play dead. Gonna be a false start on Miami. Yeah, rain's coming. Again, about time it's been raining here. And the fact that I'm inside the rest of the day, I got what I needed to take care of out the way. I'm cool with the rain coming down. It is heavy, though. Tua in shotgun, back to his left. 2 receivers to each side looking to throw. Pass left side will be caught by Malik Washington for a gain of 3. But not much else as he brought down instantly. A timeout is called by, I assume, Miami. Yeah, Miami calls their second timeout. It's 3rd and 11. Yeah, just take a shot towards the end zone. Don't let the timeout break. Damn. All right, 3rd and 11. Tua in shotgun looking to throw. Pressure coming, pass over the middle is caught. That's enough for a first down. And Miami will call a timeout. Jalen Waddle on the reception. You get 4 chances towards the end zone. That's a nice throw in the pocket from Tua. He gets hit twice. But that's a nice throw. Just trusted Waddle to create that separation at the top of his route. You have 3 shots. Because you're up by 7, you'll just kick the field goal. If you get the 4th down. So you have 3 shots to get in the end zone. Ooh, yeah, those holding penalties. If it happens on the wrong down, there's drive killers. Tua in shotgun, gonna look to throw in 1st and goal from the 9. Pressure coming, rolling left. If it's not there, just get rid of it. Pass at the goal line, Malik Washington! What a catch through 2 defenders! And the Dolphins extend this lead. What a throw from Tua! Is this the start? Is this the start of righting the ship? That's a great throw and a great catch. That's a gutsy throw and a great catch. Right at the pylon. Malik Washington hangs on through two defenders. That's Malik Washington's first career receiving touchdown. Hell yeah. And the extra point is up, and it is right down the middle. I thought we saw a vintage Tua throw earlier in the game. That is prime 2023 Tua on that pass. That's on the money. And there's now 11 seconds to play in the half. The Falcons get ball to begin the second half. This has been, I think this has been the best game Miami has played so far this year. It's still early. Miami has blown bigger leads this year alone than 14 points, but it has been a great game so far.
Okay. Yeah, but yeah, a field goal in a game like that, yeah, they're fine. Up 16-0. You're feeling solid. I'm curious what's going on with the 49ers offense, though, and why they're not able to get stuff going. Kickoff underway, going to be returned beginning from the 1-yard line. Gets up past the 25, past the 30, and down at the 35. All right, 4 seconds remain in the half. What is this? Mac Jones is 3 for 7. How many plays have they had? That's a 5 minutes of time of possession. They've run 11 plays on offense. They had oh my god. All right, the Falcons are going to need this one to the half. What a first half performance from Miami. That is a desperately needed first half out of how this team has played this year. The question is just, can they continue it into the second half? That's where a good chunk of their struggles have come this season. You need to be able to maintain this performance. But after one half of play, I'm feeling great. I was not expecting this level of play from this team. Yep, at the half. Yeah, the 49ers have yet to have a drive last more than 5 plays. But now all of a sudden they're in the red zone of Houston. So what am I to know? Because Atlanta doesn't work in obsoletes like that. Yeah, but at the half, scores from around the league. The Ravens are up 10-6 over the Bears at the half. Buffalo is up 19-3 against Carolina as that game is close to entering half. The Bengals are up 24-10 over the Jets as that game is 30 seconds away from the half. Houston up 16-0 over the Niners, but the Niners are in the red zone. Patriots up 9-7 over Cleveland at the half. And then there's a 14-10 lead for the Eagles with a minute and a half to play. Yeah, and a face mask, damn. Yeah. Yep, at the half. Yeah, Niners. And maybe that can start something for San Francisco. I kind of doubt it though. Yeah, they get kind of lucky on being able to get that drive. Tyler Huntley is 11 for 12 passing today. Where was that in Miami last year? Tyler Huntley's having a career game, yet played terribly last year for Miami. Of course. Myles Garrett. He was quiet for a little bit. But yeah, he's fully been back the past few weeks. And I don't think that we're gonna see a massive turnaround from the 49ers, but it's still a nice, end of half spark. Try to get a spark of something. Yep, at the Oh, it was George Kittle. That's a great catch from George Kittle. Jeez. In triple coverage? Damn. Yeah, Tua's been having a really solid game today. 13 for 17, 111 yards, 2 touchdowns. And he's looking good. He's playing back to the level we know Tua can play to. Yeah, okay, how many carries do the Falcons have, though? That's the question. The ground game hasn't done a lot today. But have they really had the opportunities? They've had 9 carries. Yeah, no, they haven't really had the opportunities to get much going. In part because Miami has had 2 10+ play drives that each killed about 9 minutes. You don't have to worry about the opposing team's ground game if it's never on the field. So just keep these drives going. Keep killing clock. That's all you have to do. Run the ball and kill clock. Oh, the tide is turning in Houston. Who gets ball to begin the second half over in that game? If it's San Francisco, that's a big momentum shakeup there. It is San Francisco. Oh, that game's about to get interesting. Yep, I still at halftime. The whole point of the announcers jinx is the opposite of what you say happened. Well, he's 22. Why does he have 28 pass attempts in the half? That feels like a lot for Houston. They have had a lot more plays compared to the 49ers, so that makes sense. Yeah, He basically has an end of game stat line through one half a play. That's crazy. They need to get their ground game going. Nick Chubb only has 8 carries. Willie Marks has 5. Or Woody Marks, I mean. If you utilize that ground game a bit more. Like, yeah, the air is going fine, bud. Yeah. Yep, Cowboys Broncos at 425. Yeah, that Cowboys Broncos game, I'm expecting to be a solid one. Still at commercial break, still at halftime. Second half should be beginning here momentarily, though. Yeah, man, the Panthers with Andy Dalton not looking the greatest today. Yep, still at the half. Yeah, still at commercial break, so waiting for the start of the second half. Uh, yeah, I hate when that happens as well. Especially because the actual like internet I get here isn't the greatest because college internet. Like on my phone, on my phone I typically just use cell service, and yeah, that causes some lag as well. And it's annoying, but gotta deal with what you can. Right, second half should be beginning here shortly. They're showing the highlights of the first half. That's a good sign. Oh, duh, that's why Miami's playing well today. It's a Kevin Harlan called game. Yeah, no, that is why Miami's playing so much better than what we're used to this year. Because finally, we're getting a Kevin Harlan called Dolphins game. And Miami always, for some reason, plays really well when Kevin Harlan is on the call. Second half kickoff underway. Going to be returned beginning from the 9. Has him up past the 20, 25, and down to the 29. Yeah. And it's probably something on YouTube's end then. Because YouTube can be very finicky. Yeah, Kevin Harlan does have that magic. He's by far my favorite broadcaster. Like national media broadcaster. Even his NBA stuff is fantastic. Cousins in shotgun back behind him. Going to hand this off to Robinson up the middle, and there's some space up to the 35. That's a gain of 8. No, gain of like 6. All right. For 2nd and 4, Cousins in shotgun back behind him. 3 receiving options to the right. The give once again is going to maybe gain a yard, but not much else. But not much else afterwards. Bijan Robinson on the carry. I'm not gonna say no gain on the play. So a 3rd and 4. Yeah, it's probably issues on YouTube's end then. Weird. All right, 3rd and 4. Cousins in shotgun back to his left. 3 receivers to the right. Making adjustments at the line. Cousins looking to throw. Has time. Pass right side is off the mark and incomplete. He threw it well too far inside for a comeback route. He threw that as if it was a post. And there's boos flying in Atlanta. The Dolphins force another 3 and out. I'm not sure what he was looking at there. Definitely miscommunication of some kind. Either he was expecting a seam, a slot. Either he was expecting a seam from the slot receiver or an in-breaker from the outside. Either way, none of those happened. And the Falcons are forced to send this one down. Punt comes off clean. Going to be fair caught at the 14. Miami will begin from there. All right. All right, at commercial break as well. Go at commercial break. There's not much other sports action, right, for the other leagues because it's. Oh, I say that as the Nets and Spurs are going at it right now because of course they are. As are the Avs and the Devils. Sure. Have some weird scheduling like that. You really haven't I guess there isn't a good time to have that Avs Devils game, huh? Because either it's against the Jets game or it's against the Broncos game. I don't know. Have that be in 8. No, it's again in New Jersey. I know you can have that be a 7 o'clock puck drop and be fine with it, but guess not. And still at commercial break. Wemby's already at 2 blocks in that game against the Nets. All right, just getting back from commercial break. Tua gonna toss to this right side. And not much going. That's a loss of a yard, maybe 2 for Jalen Wright. Second and 11. Tua in shotgun, 3 receivers to the right. Gonna motion one of them to his right in the backfield. They give up the middle to Achane. Will get about a yard. Not a great start to the half for the offense. So third and 10. Tua in shotgun, 3 receivers to the left. 2 receiving options to the right. Gonna motion someone right to left. As Tua, quick throw left side caught by Achane. Doesn't quite get the block in on that swing screen. And it's only a gain of 3. And now Miami goes 3 and out. All right. Hey, back-to-back 3 and out. So it's exactly the same way how this game started. All right, cool. Then yeah, it's probably just YouTube being weird. Punt comes off clean from Jake Bailey. And going to be returned beginning from the 35. Room past the 40 and down to the 43. Going to be some good starting field position here for the Falcons. There's a penalty marker down against Atlanta. Yep, it's holding against the Falcons. Going to push them back a bit. And we head to a commercial break as well. At commercial break. At commercial break. Baltimore is up 13-6. Bills are up 19-3 at the half. Cincy's up 24-13 at the half. Houston's up 16-7 at the half. Eagles up 21-10 at the half. And the Patriots just scored to take a 16-7 lead over the Cleveland Browns. Yeah, I think we can see New England start running away a bit with it. Yep, still at commercial break. We await the Falcons' next drive. Oh, they just, man, my CBS Sports app is behind then, huh? They had another three, and that, God, the 49ers pissed me off. I mean, again, they're also dealing with those injuries still, and maybe now they finally are starting to impact them, but still. All right, Cousins under center, gonna play action and look to throw. Has time, deep shot, left side, and that is incomplete. Penalty marker down. That's looking for Darnell Mooney. That's a soft. That's a soft pass interference there. That's hand fighting. Yeah, they're calling DPI against Rasul Douglas. Yeah, but some bias, but that looked like just hand fighting to me. Okay, that angle showed it better. He grabs a bit of that left arm. Yeah, he grabs that left arm a bit. Yeah, I could see it. Still think it's a big ticky-tacky with how that play developed. Cousins in shotgun back behind him. Three receivers to the right. Going to look to throw. Pass left side caught by Robinson. That's a screen that's going to get him a first down and then some. Pass to 20 to the 19. There we go. I mean, that's all the Falcons needed to do was get the ball to Bijan Robinson in space. Yeah, I mean, again, the 49ers are a team this year that's just, or at least this week, that's just not making a whole lot of sense. Cousins handoff left side going to Favs. He fumbled and picked up by Miami. There we go. Bijan Robinson. Bijan Robinson fumbled there and is picked up by Tyrell Dodson. What is the penalty, though? Rule on the field's a fumble picked up by Miami. The penalty is holding on Atlanta. That will be declined. And the Dolphins, they force a much needed turnover there to keep this a 14-point game. He stumbled. Bijan Robinson, he stumbled. The ball got knocked loose because of his own knee and went directly to Tyrell Dodson. And we head to a commercial break. Are they just not utilizing CMC like they have been most of the season? Is that what it is today? Also, the Texans are wearing those beautiful alternates, the navy and blue ones. I love those uniforms. Houston has a ton of great uniforms, man. It's awesome. Yeah, that's a big time fumble there. Yeah, the H-Town ones. Yeah. I love those uniforms for Houston. Because they also have those all red alternates, which look fine, but I'm not a big fan of the helmet on those. But those H-Town ones, they're real nice. Yeah, the Eagles do look back, and I'm kind of here for it. I went very Eagles heavy on fantasy this year, so I'm here for them being back. Oh, Trey Hendrickson was ruled out with a hip injury. Eh. Alright, so Tua under center, back and fullback behind him. Play action looking to throw. Tua has time, pass left side is going to be just off the mark for a jump in Jalen Waddle. 2nd and 10 coming up. All right, so Tua in shotgun, going to hand this off up the middle, and there's some space for Devon Achane. Going to get a gain of 10 up to the 26. Well, no, the joke of the Falcons is 28-3. So no, I don't think we'll be seeing that. But Miami has given up a 17-3 lead against Carolina a few weeks ago, so there is that possibility. All right, Tua under center, back behind him. Motion the tight end in the backfield as the fullback. Play clock winding down. You get the snap off. They give this right side for Achane. He's going to lose about 2. Yeah. I mean, I've talked on length before, both in streams and in that logo ranking video I did, about how I'm just not a massive fan of the Titans Brandon. But I do say, like, their uniforms, seeing like these uniforms compared to like the Mariota ones, do look a lot better than what they have than what they have had. Give up the middle for Ollie Gordon on 2nd and 12 is going to get about 5. Makes it a 3rd and 8, but still not great. So 3rd and 7, Tua looking to throw. Quick pass right side is incomplete. Looking for Cedric Wilson. There is a penalty marker down. I don't get that throw, besides just trying to bait in a penalty, which they might have done. Yeah, DPI against the Falcons. A really questionable throw from Tua baits AJ Terrell into a DPI, and Miami gets a fresh set of downs. I'm fine with it. That was a bad throw, though. It works. That's one of those where, like, in 2019, when they were able to challenge pass interferences, where the challenge flag gets thrown. Tua looking to throw. Quick pass left side for a screen is going to, break free and get past the 40 to the 41. That's Malik Washington on the carry. And 2nd and 4 coming up. Oh, College Game Day is going to Utah this week. Okay. All right, Tua under center, going to hand this off up the middle on 2nd and 4. And there's, the second effort should be enough for a first at the 45. And Miami will call a timeout now. Okay. Oh yeah, no. Even if they mount a comeback here, I still think Michael Penix is the guy going forward for Atlanta. There's no way that Cousins should get more starts unless Penix isn't able to go. He has not looked great today. Look, Cousins doesn't want to be in Atlanta right now. He wanted to be moved in the offseason, but his contract was too big. Tua gonna play action and look to throw. Rolling left, trying to buy some time. A dump off to Tanner Connor will gain about 5. So a 2nd and 5 coming up. Yeah. No, the Colts still the Vikings still have that record because that was a 33-0 comeback. The Broncos was 26-0. It's close though. All right, Tua under center, back behind him. 2nd and 5 from about midfield. Tight end sent in motion. They're gonna give this up the middle for Achane, who has space for a first down, gets 5.5. And the Dolphins are moving, running the ball, being very smart with the passing plays, keeping things simple, not trying to get it all in one play, killing time. That's the big thing. Is they're killing time. Miami's defense this year is not one you won on the field for 40-45 minutes. Just focus on the killing time part of it. Win the time of possession and you should be good. Tua under center, back and fullback behind him. Handoff up the middle for Achane once again, and he's going to work his way for about 2 or 3. They just show the pop-up. The Falcons have 4 first downs today. Crazy. Yeah, the key thing is you want to keep Bijan on the sideline as much as possible. That is the key thing. So 2nd and 8. Tua in shotgun, back behind him. Going to fake a toss left and look to throw. Pass over the middle is caught and there's room. 25-20, 15-10, 5. Jalen Waddle. Touchdown Miami. They take a 3-score lead late into the 3rd quarter. There we go. But this is looking night and day difference from what we saw most of this season. like that's a play I don't think we have run this year. That was everywhere during last year in 2023. Riley Patterson for the extra point. It is up and it is good. I don't know, but I'm here for it. This has been a thoroughly surprising game. In large part due to Kevin Harlan being on the call. He is always a good luck charm for Miami in this era. Wow. Yeah, I mean this is easily the game that could that can really start righting the ship. I'm not sure again. I'm not sure if they do right the ship and finish 9-8 or 10-7. I'm not sure if that will be enough to really save this. I mean, it probably will. Now that I think about it, because yeah, Stephen Ross really likes McDaniel in this front office. If they can right this ship, it probably saves McDaniel his job, which also means it saves Chris Greer his job, which I'm not the biggest fan of, but whatever. Nothing I can do about it. It's been a night and day difference with this team. This has been a stark difference in games. Like, this is the Miami I was expecting to see in week 1 against the Colts. It was just coming back from commercial break. Kickoff underway, going to be returned from the goal line. Has room past the 20, trying to bounce it left side. And going to be past the 25 to the 26. Penalty marker down. Probably going to push them back some. Let's say Xavier Hutchinson got a touchdown for Houston. Damn. Yep, a holding against the Falcons. They're going to start from inside their own 20. And that right there just seals that. Houston's going to be fine in this game. All right, 1st and 10 for Atlanta. It's been a rough day for their offense. Cousins in shotgun back behind him, looking to throw in 1st and 10. Pass left side, going to be caught up to the 19 for Kyle Pitts. Gain of 5. Yeah, I got wood right here. Can't hear it, but I am knocking on it. Cousins in shotgun. They're going hurry up here. Looking to throw, pass over the middle. It's going to be caught up to the 31, bounce off one defender and gets to the 35, maybe 36. All right. Yeah, they're changing the tempo, see if they can get their offense going with it. Cousins in shotgun, back to his left, going to look to throw in 1st and 10. Pressure coming, pass left side is incomplete. Looking for Darnell Mooney, Rasul Douglas in coverage. And it's 2nd and 10 coming up. He makes contact just in time there. So Cousins in shotgun, back to his right, 2 receivers to each side, 2nd and 10 from the 35. Going to look to throw. Has some time, pass left side is going to be incomplete. What a hit to jar that ball loose. It's Dante Trader, the rookie out of Maryland. A beautiful hit to force that ball loose and make it 3rd and 10. That is a beautiful play from the rookie. That is a beautiful pass breakup. Third and 10. Cousins in shotgun, back to his left. 3 receiving options to the right. Falcons have yet to convert on 3rd down tonight. Cousins, pressure coming. Pass right side is caught as Kyle Pitts down to the 40. Not enough for the first. But where has this Dolphins defense been all year? This is what happens when you sign corners that have talent, but they arrive to training camp late as hell. Imagine how different this secondary would have been if Rasul Douglas, if Jack Jones, and if these guys were in the building from the beginning of June. Cousins in shotgun, back to his right, keeping the offense on the field on 4th and 4. 3 receiving options to the right, looking to throw. Pressure coming, pass left side is off the mark and incomplete. Good pressure, forced the bad pass. And this Dolphins sideline is looking the most hype I've seen it all season. Rasul Douglas in coverage once again. Miami only sent 2. It's Bradley Chubb and Chop Robinson. They both get home and force the bad pass. Where has this defense been all year? All year, where has this been? I'm so shocked that Stroud has 35 pass attempts at this point in the game. Tua in shotgun, back behind him. Toss left side for Achane, and the play is whistled dead due to a false start. Yeah. Patrick Paul called for the false start. As James Cook just had a 21-yard touchdown run. Tua under center, back behind him. 3 receiving options to the left. The give up the middle is going to be Ollie Gordon for about a 2, maybe 3. Yeah, 2nd and 12 coming up. Tua in shotgun, back behind him. 2 receiving options to each side. A handoff once again, right side. There's Ollie Gordon with space. Enough for a first down and up to the 30. A gain of 13, and the Dolphins move the chains. But where has this team been? Yeah, dude, T-Fox. I am getting insane performances from my running backs right now. Like, Saquon finally had his breakout game. James Cook is my running backs. My running backs alone are beating him. Tua play action looking to throw. Pass left side going to be caught by Achane. That's a loss of about 2. Not great there. Yeah, but all it took was Kevin Harlan to call a Dolphins game. And they remembered the team that they were. All it took. All it took was hearing Kevin Harlan's voice. Tua under center, back behind him. 2 receiving options to each side. 2nd and 12 from the plus 32. Handoff up the middle. And that gets some help. Push forward for about 2. All right. Joe Flacco just had a 13-yard carry on a 3rd and 12. But what are the Jets? As that play will be the end of the 3rd quarter. 15 minutes remain. Miami up by 17 and playing the best they have all year. Offense is clicking. Defense is shutting down. And they finish this game off strong. We have seen large comebacks in one quarter before. We have seen improbable comebacks before in the 4th quarter this season. Miami's going to need to finish this one strong. That way they can build off of it for Thursday night. We had to do a commercial break first. Like, just about time. Like, just simply about time for this offense to show up. And again, this defense is bad. Offense has been playing well the past few weeks. I'll give them that. But this defense, about time. Yeah, we're at commercial break. T. Higgins only has the 1 catch for the touchdown. Come on, man. You gotta give him more than that. Man, Drake May. I hate how good he's looking, man, but I have to give Drake May so much credit. He is thriving in that offense. Still at commercial break. All right, just getting back from the commercial break, the start of the 4th quarter. 3rd and 10. Tua in shotgun, back to his right. 3 receiving options to the right. One of them sent in motion. A handoff left side, and there's room for Achane. A 1st down carry up to the 16. Devon Achane gets 14. And this Dolphins offense It looks like they ripped the 2023 offensive play style and just put it forward in time 2 years. They dusted off the old playbook, it feels. This has been great. Tua under center, back behind him. 3 receiving options to the right. And in motion, they're going to give this up the middle, and that's a loss of 2, maybe 3. That happens. All right, 2nd and 13. Tua in shotgun, back to his left. 3 receivers to the right. Ball on the 20. Going to look to throw. Pressure coming. Pass over the middle is caught by Ollie Gordon. He has room. The 5. Ollie Gordon untouched from 20 yards out. And the Dolphins have put up 30. This is the Dolphins team that we were expecting against the Colts. Where has this been? This is a completely different team from the one that showed up against Cleveland, against Indianapolis, even against New England and Buffalo. This is not the same Dolphin team we were watching the first month and a half. And yet part of it could just easily be Atlanta's not a great team. But this is an Atlanta team that beat Buffalo. They are sitting at 3-3 and could have made some ground in the division this week. Instead, they're getting blown out. And it's everyone is getting involved on this Miami offense. It's not one guy that's doing everything. Everyone is playing a massive factor in today's game. We have at commercial break. It's a night and day difference. Yeah, no, that's definitely something that Atlanta would do. Or that Atlanta would find themselves being. It's just they're a team that never feels like they're fully on the same page. Even when they are having a really good game, it's not the entire team. It's weird. All right, just coming back from commercial break. Yeah, that Dolphins sideline is pumped up right now, and I'm here for it. Kickoff going to be returned beginning from about a yard deep in the end zone. Trying to get up past the 20 will be brought down at the 19. Great kick coverage. That's Willie Gay on the tackle. Hey, this Miami team. So Cousins in shotgun, back to his left. Two receivers to each side looking to throw. Pressure coming, pass over the middle, caught by Kyle Pitts. That's a gain of 5. Cousins in shotgun, back to his right. Two receivers to each side looking to throw. Has some time, dump off over the middle, caught by Bijan Robinson, but brought down by Tyrell Dodson a yard shy of the first. And then a handoff on 3rd and 1 for Robinson is going to be enough for a first down, getting about 2 or 3. And yeah, they're going up tempo still, trying to get the offense into some type of rhythm. Cousins in shotgun, back to his left, 3 receiving options to the right. Ball on their own 32. Going to look to throw. Pressure comes quick. Cousins stepping left, passing deep left side. And that is incomplete. Looking for Darnell Mooney. No flag. Dante Trader in coverage there alongside Rasul Douglas, I believe. No. That's Storm Duck and Dante Trader in coverage. Arguable for a DPI there, but nothing thrown. So now 2nd and 10. Cousins in shotgun, back to his right. 2 receivers to each side looking to throw. Has time. Pass left side. Going to be caught. And there's space for a gain of 7-ish. Going to be a 3rd and about 3, maybe 3rd and 4. Yeah, 3rd and 3. Cousins in shotgun, and there's a penalty before the snap. Going to be a false start on the Chargers. What the fuck? On the Falcon. Why did I say charge? What? I don't know. What? False start on the Falcons. It's a 3rd and 8. I'm still wired into Thursday night, I guess. I don't know. Cousins in shotgun, back to his left, 3 receivers to the right. Looking to throw, pressure coming, dump off right side. Kyle Pitts is only going to get a yard. Not enough for the first. Because I'm saying Kirk Cousins a lot. And to me, he'll always be a Vikings quarterback. So it's like, oh yeah, the Vikings play the Chargers this week. There's a Dolphins slow to get up. After that 3rd down plays. 4th and 7. Couldn't quite see the jersey number there. And we head to a commercial break due to injury timeout. Storm Duck, who's slow to get up. The 2nd-year corner out of Louisville. All right. At commercial break. How's the rest of the league looking? The Ravens are up 16-13, facing a first and goal with 9 minutes to play in the game there. Buffalo is up 40-3 over Carolina. When did that happen? Bengals are up 31-24 over the Jets. Houston's up 23-15 over the 49ers. Patriots up 30-7 over the Browns. Eagles are up 31-13 over the Giants. Okay. All right, so that commercial break due to the injury timeout. All right, 4th and 7. Offense staying on the field for the Falcons. Cousins in shotgun back to his right. 3 receivers to the left. Ball on their own 35-yard line. Cousins looking to throw. Quick pass left side for a screen to Kyle Pitts. Will not be enough. Only gains 2. And the Dolphins force another turnover on downs. Why is that the play call on 4th and 7? Like, why is that your play call? All right. Tua still in the game. In shotgun back to his left. 2 receiving options to each side. He has a 4-touchdown day. Hell yeah. Looking to throw. Pass over the middle is caught by Waddle with space. Up past the 20 to the 18. Another vintage prime Tua throw right there into a perfect window between 4 Falcons. Like, what? What? He would have airmailed that last week. No shot the visor. He's wearing a visor today due to his swollen left eye. No shot that's just all of a sudden he's just like, oh yeah, I got the visor on. I can now see again. Like, I don't know, man. But this is a great performance for this entire team. Toss left side, going to get back to the line of scrimmage there for Achan. This is an insanely different performance. Josh Allen now has 70 career rushing touchdowns. Damn. All right, Tua under center, back behind him. 2 receiving options to each side. Tight end sent in motion left to right, looking to throw. Pass right side's a dangerous one. Looking for Nick Westbrook-Ikine. He just threw it at the feet. But that was still even nearly picked off. All right, 3rd and 10. That's fine. There's Storm Duck being carted to the locker room from the sideline. Tough. So Tua in shotgun, 3rd and 10. A back to his left, 2 receivers to each side. A give up the middle, and that's going to get about 2. Well, I'm fine with it. You're up by 28. Don't need to risk anything. A give to Achane. Going to set up a Riley Patterson field goal try. Myles Garrett has 5 sacks tonight. All right, so Riley Patterson. The 36-yard attempt from the left hash is up, and it's right down the middle. 34-3 lead for Miami. I don't know what got into him, but this is an insane performance. Just insane performance. It's an all-around insane performance. The only question is, can they build off of this and, be able to not replicate, because it can be impossible to directly replicate this, but still have solid performances going forward. It's the biggest thing is, can they get through? They have a short week against Baltimore, as a kickoff is going to be down in the end zone for a touchback. They have a short week against Baltimore at home. Then they're on the road for 2 straight before the bye. Oh no, they're home for 2 straight before you go. Okay. Yeah, so their next 3 entering their bye, they still have the Ravens, the Bills, and the Commanders to play. Ravens and Commanders could be wins. Buffalo was going to be interesting. I don't think they'll pull it off, but that could be interesting. And then after the bye, it's New Orleans, New York, the Jets, Steelers, Bengals, Buccaneers, and Patriots. As pass over the middle is incomplete on 1st and 10. Dangerous pass there from Cousins. 2nd and 10 coming up. There is a world where Miami only loses 2 of these final games, which will put them at 9-8, which, for how the season started, would not be terrible. Cousins in shotgun, back to his left, looking to throw in 2nd and 10. Pressure coming, dump off over the middle. Caught by Tyler Algeier, and for a gain of 5. Tyler Algeier has not been utilized today at all. I think more likely Miami probably loses 3 of these. I mean, obviously more is possible, but it's going to be an interesting final stretch. Cousins' pass right side is off the mark and incomplete on 3rd and 4. So a 4th and 4 coming up. (26-15) Houston? Yeah. Okay. That's a 11-point lead. I'm assuming that's still early in the 4th. Not bad. Cousins in shotgun, back to his left. 3 receiving options to the left as well. 8 minutes to play in the game. Sending the tight end in motion as they look to throw. Pressure coming. Pass right side will be caught. And going to get to the 49 before being tagged down. All right. Miami's doing a good job getting pressure in as well. That's a big difference compared to what we've seen in the past few weeks. All right, Cousins looking to throw in 1st and 10. Has some time. Pass deep. Right side is completely off the mark. The closest player was Rasul Douglas. The closest Falcon was like 30 yards away from that ball. As the rain is starting to pour down again. Worst scoring differential at home. This is the worst they've had. Cousins in shotgun, looking to throw in 2nd and 10. Pressure coming, pass left side, wide open. That's caught for a 1st and a whole bunch more. Finally being brought down near the 26? That's Casey Washington on the reception. And Mika Fitzpatrick is seen holding his hand after that one. Take him out. We're up too big. Take him out. We don't need Mika Fitzpatrick getting hurt. Yeah, ball on the 26, and there's Mika Fitzpatrick going down to a knee before getting to the sideline. Gonna stop the clock a little bit, avoid any hurry up. I don't think it'll be a massive injury though. Hopefully it's not. 9:41 left in the 1st. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's a weird looking one. So 1st and 10. Cousins in shotgun, back to his right. 2 receiving options to each side. Going to look to throw. Pass left side, gonna be caught, and that's a gain of about 2. Yeah, so a 2nd and 8. Cousins in shotgun, back to his right, looking to throw once again. Has some time, pass right side, will be caught up to the 20, maybe the 19 for Kyle Pitts. Gonna make it a 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4. Yeah, so 3rd and 3. They're still going up tempo. Cousins in shotgun, back to his left. 2 receiving options to each side, looking to throw. Has some time, pass over the middle is caught, and gonna get down to the 9. That's Darnell Mooney on the reception. And a 1st and goal for the Falcons. They're in the red zone for the first time today. Cousins in shotgun, back behind him. 3 receivers to the right. They hand this off left side to Algeier. He gets down to the 6, a gain of 2. 5.5 to play in the game. And so Cousins in shotgun, a give to Algeier left side, has some blocking, and he gets in. Finally, Atlanta finds the end zone. It's Tyler Algeier from 6 yards out, and with 5 minutes to go in the game, the Falcons have hit an extra point away from hitting double digits. About time. 49ers punted again? Come on. How is that offense not getting anything going? Oh, it's Channing Tindall on the potential tackle there. Extra point is up, and it's good. Back to it's a 24-point game with 5 minutes to play. All right. This game might end sooner than I expected. Okay. You have 5 minutes to play in the game. Oh, the Falcons are gonna onside kick this? They're really trying to mount an improbable comeback. Okay, I respect it. So here comes the onside kick from Atlanta. Underway, and Miami will fall on it at the 48. That was nearly an incredible dive-in recovery from Atlanta, but he couldn't hang on, and instead the Dolphins fall on it. Yeah, that was nearly an A+ recovery there. I think that was Felipe Franks. That was nearly an insane recovery. Yeah, Felipe Franks. Hey, props where it's due. As Zach Wilson is in the game for the Dolphins. Let's get it. Wilson under center. Back behind him, going to hand this off up the middle. And that breaks through, gets up to about the 41. That's Jalen Wright on the carry. And Miami will focus on just killing a lot of time here. What a game. So Wilson in shotgun back to his left. 2 receiving options to each side. Going to hand this off up the middle for Jalen Wright, who's going to get about 4. 3rd and 1 coming up. Third and 2. Wilson in shotgun back behind him. Handoff up the middle for Jalen Wright will be enough for a first up to the 35. Texans finally forced a punt. Ravens up by 7. Bengals up by 8. That's a hell of a punt. Pin them at their own 1. And yeah, that's the first punt of the game for Houston. Wilson in shotgun back behind him. 3 receiving options to the left. 1st and 10. From the 36, a give up the middle once again. Going to get about a yard. Yeah, they're wanting to play the field position game. They're up by 11. They don't need to make any bold plays right now. After that handoff, we should be getting to the 2-minute warning here. Yeah, that's a incredible bounce back win from a terrible performance against the Browns. Like, insane. That 0.8 just like peering over the corner. Yep, 2-minute warning in Atlanta. 2 minutes remain. Miami up by 24 as they're going to look to kill out the remainder of this clock. I doubt we might go to commercial break because this game is on. Yeah, heading to a commercial break. So with that, I'll quickly be right back. All right, I'm back. So that commercial break. And yeah, it's starting to downpour again. Oh yeah. It's still at commercial break. And again, a reminder, I will be live at 4:25 as well for the Cowboys and Broncos game, on top of going live for Sunday Night Football between the Packers and Steelers. Both of those games have some throwback action to it, and thus so will the graphics for those streams. I actually had a lot of fun with the Steelers one. The Broncos one is simple. Like, you know what the logo is going to be. It's gonna be that awesome Elway style throwback logo from the 80s. Like, you know that one. I had some fun with the logo I picked for the Steelers. There was two options. I picked a better one, I think. I always picked the one that makes more sense with that jersey set. All right, 2nd and 9. That was an unnecessary graphic to put up. Seeking first road win this season. Yeah, we have one win. Handoff up the middle on 2nd and 9 is going to get about 3, maybe 4. No, probably just 3. So a 3rd down coming up. Miami will be able, unless they get the first down, Miami will get this down to about a minute. More so about like 40 seconds to go. All right, 3rd and 6. A minute and a half to play in the game. Wilson in shotgun back to his right, 2 receiving options to each side. Going to give this up the middle, trying to bounce it left side is Jalen right, and he's going to not get the first, but he gets past the 25 there. Gonna be a 4th and 1, 4th and 2 coming up, but the issue is he does get out of bounds. And yeah, 4th and 1 with 1:09 to play. All right, that's probably a dagger in that game. Yeah, Miami has Ravens this upcoming Thursday night. They have Buffalo in 2 weeks at home. And then they travel to Madrid in 3 weeks to play the Commanders. Before having their bye week and then playing the Saints off of that. 4th and 1, offense, staying on the field. Pass right side will be caught by Jalen Wright. Not going to get enough for the first. It's a turnover on downs with a minute to play. We'll see what the Falcons do here. James Cook has over 200 yards rushing today. Jeez. I'm shocked Kirk Cousins is coming back onto the field. All right, but Cousins under center, back behind him. 2 receiving options to each side. Handoff up the middle. And there's some space. A first down carry, a gain of 12. That's Michael Carter on the carry. I forgot he was a Falcon. Yeah, this is going to be the first game to wrap up in this window. And we have a stoppage due to an injury timeout. Channing Tindall, a little slow to get up. So Miami will have to burn their second. And yeah, 1st and 10, 44 seconds to play. Cousins under center, back behind him, a handoff right side. And that's going to get past the 40 to the 41, a gain of 2. And that might be the final play of this game. The Falcons don't need to run another play. We'll see if they decide to. Clock rolling still. They're showing McDaniel on the sideline, trying to see if the Falcons are ready. Yep, there we go. All right, that will do it. The Miami Dolphins finally get their second win on the season. A dominant showing against the Atlanta Falcons. This was the best they've played all year. Oh, CBS instantly cuts to the Jets-Bengals game. That's a 6-point game. Hold on, the Jets may have a chance here. But I'm going to go ahead and call it. I'll be live in about 30 minutes for the Broncos and the Cowboys. I'm going to go record post-game. Going to go get some food. Then I'll be back live here. Thank you all for tuning in. Miami finally got their first win. Desperately needed. Thank you all for tuning in. I'll see you all next time. Have yourselves a damn good one. Peace.